Hey guys, it's Andrew at Night, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Otterbox Commuter case for the HTC One. This is very kindly sent to me for review by mobilefun.com, so I'll have a link to those guys in the description, and they've helped me out in the past, and they're helping me out now. They're a really great company, and I have bought stuff off them with an email address that isn't the one I use on YouTube, and I can say their shipping and everything is really, really good, and their customer service is decent as well, so really go check those guys out. This is an Otterbox, so as most of you guys will know, these are pretty hardcore protection. The Commuter series is sort of the middle ground. There's the Defender series, which is really, really heavy, and then this one tends to have the Otterbox style protection, but it doesn't add as much bulk to the device, and it tends to be a bit easier to get in and out of your pocket. And this one's no different. I've repackaged it up, but I have been using this for a couple of days, and I found myself actually quite enjoying the case. I didn't think I would, just because the hardware on the one is so nice, but I sort of said it in a tweet a while back, if I'm going to use a case on this, and I've got the one here, I'm going to want to use a case that gives me a good amount of protection. I'm not going to bother with sort of small silicon or small hard plastic cases, because I don't think the trade-off of how good this feels in your hand is worth it. However, with this, I know if I'm travelling or if I'm playing sports or anything where I do need a good amount of protection, you can chuck it in this, and if you combine it with the screen shield that comes with it, which I've got on here already, then you've pretty much got 100% protection for your device, which is the only time I really think it's worth compromising that really nice feel. So just put the packaging to one side again, and this is the little care package you get, which comes with a screen shield. You only get the one, but at least they are giving you a screen shield. And you get this little card which tells you how to put the case on the device. You've then got your squeegee and a little screen shield. A little screen cleaning cloth. Now, I've already got the screen shield on here. It was pretty easy to install, and there's no bubbles at all on the face of the device. There's a few little imperfections, say for example on the corner here, you should be able to see there, and also at the top. But apart from that, I'm really pleased with this, and I'm never sure about these ones that don't cover the whole front of the device, but obviously with the speakers that makes it pretty much impossible to have a full frontal shield. But because of the edges of this, it doesn't actually feel bad. You can hardly even tell there's a screen shield there, because the edges do sort of raise up ever so slightly as it comes around the edge of the phone. Sorry about that, guys, I managed to knock my S3 off the tripod. So we're going to look at this case, and as you can see, it comes in two bits. You've got this silicone shell, which is really soft, and it gets that the drop protection and shot protection you need. I say it's soft, but you still can't really do that stretch test. For example on the Otterbox logo, where if the logo stretches loads, lint tends to stick to it. This one is pretty decent. As you can see, I've been using it, I haven't really cleaned it, I just packaged it up again, and there's a little bit of lint you can see on camera, but that's almost invisible with the naked eye, and that's just underneath the actual shell, so it's not too bad. And then you've got this really hard shell which gives you the ease of use getting it in and out of the pocket, and also the scratch protection. So I'll just fit it on the device. And if you look in these corners, you can see they've got this weird design which I think is supposed to increase the shock protection. I've no idea if it does, but it seems to suggest it's quality, and we all know Otterbox is good quality anyway, so I imagine they do something. You've also just got some numbers and the logo inside. So we're just going to pop the top of the device on first, and then pull the bottom corners over. Like that, sort of massage it around a tiny bit, and then as you can see, that frames the screen pretty nicely. You've got a nice lay on the table design, and then we'll crack the shell on top of that. Oh, my brother's just decided to have a shower next door, which is probably going to sound really odd on camera. And then you need to pull these flaps through, which is a bit of a faff. Here we go. So you pull the one through, and that lines everything up. And the top one again, pull that through, and everything lines up. So this is the Otterbox Commuter case on the HTC One. You can see it actually, I think it looks pretty good. I like this sort of pearl effect back almost. It sort of reflects light in a way that black normally doesn't. It sort of reminds me of the Nexus 4. It's really cool, I really like it. I also like the detailing around the camera. They've got the shinier sort of indents, and it's a really wide indent, so you get absolutely no interference with the case. But when you put it down, you know the lens isn't going to get scratched. Likewise on the front, as I said, it's got a really big lay on the table design. So if you've got the screen shield on this, especially doing that, you're going to be pretty much bulletproof. We'll run you through the outside. So your power button is exposed because of the IR blaster. Although to be honest, it's sort of dug down so deep into the case that it's going to be pretty unlikely you're going to scratch it or anything. Here you have a little flap for the headphone jack, and I'm in two minds about these. I do love the protection it gives, but they are kind of irritating. Although saying that, normally when I'm using a case like this, it's because I'm using it specifically for the protection, so normally I wouldn't mind. You've got a completely covered volume rocker, which is really easy to press. It's easy to find in the pocket, so that's really nice. You've then got the wraparound of the shiny plastic, which sort of changes the texture slightly. And then on the bottom, your microphone is open, and your charging sync port is also covered nicely. And then, as you can see on the other side, you've just got the shiny bit coming around. There was a small white mark here, which was just some oil paint I had in my hands, and I picked the phone up in the case, and I can't clean it off, but thankfully it wasn't on the actual device, it was on the case, so this shows you what these things are for. But this thing is really good if you need the drop protection, and it really doesn't feel as big as I imagined it would, but I do feel really safe with this. I feel sort of safe dropping it from decent heights onto all sorts of edges and things, and I'm pretty secure with this case, guys. So if you do need something where you need that extra protection all day long, this is a really good case I can suggest. You can pick it up from Mobile Fun, or you can Google around and find it through another retailer. But if there's anything else you want to see on this case, or any other cases you want me to try and get for review, comment below. Please subscribe if you haven't seen me before, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ra!